We make sense of the world and our experiences through personal lenses of culture, race, place, gender, class, and sexual orientation. I first read this quote when I stumbled into my introduction to social work class. That moment on, I took a long look at myself, my family, and my community. Through my intro class, I began to understand and view my environment differently. We learned to discuss a wide variety of social justice issues. I learned to envision a different world for myself and my community. The list of injustices were endless. I became frustrated with the way the world oppresses, marginalizes, and stigmatizes different individuals and large groups of people. There needed to be a change. For the first time, I was imagining possibility. What could I contribute to these problems? What could I learn from the people that have been victims to these issues? These questions planted the seed some years ago. Now, let's fast forward to senior year, and I found myself standing in a nonprofit human service agency with my button-up shirt, tie, and sweaty palms. My senior year, I have interned at Spirit Family Services. I worked with clients under the substance abuse program, and personally, I never thought I would have found myself working under a program like this one. I walked through the door of my agency with many judgments. I needed to learn how to unlearn what I knew. I was influenced by what the world told me to think of people who are receiving help from the recovery of drugs. My thinking was unproductive to my ability to be a professional social worker. I needed to become reflective and correct my understanding of what it meant to help with an open mind. My work needed to demonstrate that I respected the dignity and worth of the person. I had unknowingly been doing an injustice and upholding the status quo to criminalize these people. I used to believe that the only way to correct this behavior was to imprison people struggling with drugs. But after participating in my first group session, what I used to think quickly became shattered. They were people struggling to deal with the daily stresses of everyday life, like you and I. They needed help, but society offered very little for them. And what they did offer was not the solution. I learned from them as they learned from me. Our relationship was one of teaching and learning. We all had our own stories and came from different walks of life, but the sharing of our joy and pain brought us together. We created meaning in our lives through one another. I learned what the word resiliency meant. I was witnessing it in front of me. They had lost their homes, their jobs, their friends, parents, children, basically their lives as they once knew it, but still managed to keep moving forward. I helped them to envision possibility and believe in hope, as I had been taught. This has motivated me to become a certified drug and alcohol counselor. I will continue to give back for some of the lessons they taught me. For the coming year, I will continue my work at Spirit as I pursue my certification. My perspective and how I understand my world is different from when I began this journey, and hopefully it will never stop changing.